The United States and the world start a new year and a new decade today, and many Americans have high hopes for 2010 after a couple of difficult years. Here's reporter Jennifer Wishon.
4, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year!
It's a brand new year, a fresh start full of new possibilities many Americans are thankful for.
Happy New Year!
2009 was marred by one of the worst economic recessions in history, terror attacks and war. And for many, 2010 can only get better. These ladies simply hope for a boyfriend in the new year. But no matter what's on your list of wishes or resolutions, an Associated Press GFK poll shows 82% of people are optimistic about what the new year holds in store for their families. It's an encouraging number since the poll also found nearly two-thirds, 63%, think their family finances will worsen or stay the same this year, and less than half, 46%, think the nation's economy will improve in 2010. Still, for some Americans, 2009 wasn't so bad. 3 in 5 polled said their families had a pretty good year. And if you didn't, one New York City reveler gives this advice: don't look back. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.
Christian radio host James Dobson is starting a new radio show with his son Ryan and a new nonprofit organization that will be called James Dobson on the Family. Its goal is standing up for family values. In recent years, Dobson has been slowly giving up his duties at Focus on the Family. Dobson says he's starting the new ministry because he doesn't want to retire when the nation is, quote, in a moral decline of shocking dimensions. The Montana Supreme Court has cleared the way for doctor-assisted suicide in that state. A state district judge ruled a year ago that the Montana Constitution's guarantee of a right to privacy essentially permitted the terminally ill to commit suicide. The state's high court disagreed, but said it could find nothing in the law to stop doctor-assisted suicides. A Colorado man says there is no other explanation except the hand of God. The man's wife and baby were suddenly taken from him Christmas Eve, then just as quickly given back. Lori Johnson has that story.
Mike and Tracy Hermanstorfer are believers, but say even a non-believer would have to admit what happened to them was the hand of God, a Christmas miracle.
Someone upstairs was looking after me and said it wasn't time for me to be gone.
Christmas Eve, Tracy was admitted to the hospital for what was supposed to be a routine delivery, but something went horribly wrong.
Within about 30 to 45 seconds after my arrival, her heart stopped beating. And that's when our nurses started CPR, and we started immediate preparations for the cesarean section right there in the room.
Minutes later, both mother and baby died.
Half of my family was laying right there in front of me in my hands. There's no other way to say it, but dead.
Tracy had no heartbeat, no blood pressure. She wasn't breathing. The baby was limp and unresponsive. Attempts to revive them failed. Doctors were just about to take them away when they both came back to life.
We were never able to really explain why this happened, but we'll take it.
After Tracy was told what happened, she said, "Holy cow, was it that bad?" Mother and baby are now perfectly healthy. They went home and celebrated Christmas a little late. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
And as you heard Lori say, Tracy says she and her daughter are both doing fine. An Ohio school district says it plans to drop a reference to belief in God from its statement of values. Board members of the Lake Local District near Canton, Ohio, voted to delete the statement because of a possible lawsuit. The Freedom from Religion Foundation says making belief in God part of the district's value statement violates the separation of church and state. If you're thinking about making a resolution for 2010, here's an idea from author and speaker Anne Graham Lotz. She talked to us recently about her book, The Magnificent Obsession, based on her study of the life of Abraham.
The thing that struck me when I finished the study of his life was that he was a very ordinary man who actually became extraordinary, because when God said, "Abraham, I want you to follow me in a life of obedient faith," Abraham did. One step at a time, one choice at a time, day after day, for all of his life. And at the end of his life, God said that Abraham was his friend. And 3 times in Scripture, God says, "Abraham is my friend." And I thought, it'd be one thing if I called God my friend, but if God leaned out of heaven and said, "Anne Lotz is my friend," that's impressive. And I thought, if Abraham could know God like that, why can't I?
The Magnificent Obsession details her journey of faith to know God in a deeper way. You can see that entire interview and get the latest from CBN News by going to our website at cbn.com.